It's Christmas week, and today we're going to talk about some of our favorite Christmas things at Disneyland. This is episode 60. I'm Soraya.
I'm Aurora.
And together we're just your average Disney travelers. All right, so before we get to our Christmas topic, we have a lot of news to catch up on.
Yeah.
We always try to record a little in advance. This time we're actually only one day in advance, but we often try to go at least a week in advance. And because of travel, some of them were a couple weeks in advance. And then we just haven't been as up to date on any news and updates. So let's catch up.
Yeah.
What's the first one we should talk about?
Small World is back.
Small World is back. You know what's funny is when we did our episode about Worth the Wait, it was, I think we recorded it, I think it was like November, oh dang it, I need to remember to silent my phone. Anyways, it was November 14th, 2 days after the holidays were supposed to start, and we were looking at the wait times, and Small World was down, and we were like, why is it down? It should be up. We had not noticed that on the news, it was all over that they had a horrible flood. And when we went, just a few days later, it was still down, and that's when we realized there had been some big thing. Yeah. And it totally shut the whole ride down and was actually kind of threatened to have it down for quite a while, like months. It was such an extensive damage. Like, I think that they said the basement or wherever they keep all the controls was under like 6 or 8 feet of water.
Oof.
Yeah, and if you can imagine, that would of course cause a lot of damage.
Yeah, especially if that's where the controls are.
Yeah. So Disney worked around the clock, like non-stop, through all of their efforts into getting this ride up as soon as possible, and they did it in a month. So it has been up. It came back, I don't know, at least a week or so ago, I believe. Aunt Debbie was there when it went up. I think it was probably almost 2 weeks ago now. But anyway, so it's up, and so if you're going to Disneyland anytime before the end of the year, you can still experience the Small World holidays. They worked really hard because I know that was a favorite during the holidays. I will say that I missed it when we were there. I had so been looking forward to it. It's one I really enjoy, and I really wanted Dad to see it. But that means we'll just have to go back in the holidays again with him.
Yep.
Not this year. Okay, so next thing. Genie is at Disneyland.
Woo!
It wasn't there in time for our trip, but that's okay. It's up now. It came up on December 8th, and I'll tell you, we're kind of glad we weren't there on December 8th when it came up because it was a disaster.
Oh, yeah.
Everything, I mean, now, to be fair, Amazon, I think it was Amazon Cloud had an outage the day before that had affected lots of places, but including Disney World and Disneyland's apps. And so they were really glitchy the day before. And the next day is when this started at Disneyland, the Disney Genie Plus, Lightning Lanes, all of that. And I think that outage, the effects of it carried over and really messed up the start of Disney Genie at Disneyland. It was bad enough that within, I don't know how much time, but at some point early in the day, they just stopped. They shut down the Disney Genie program because it wasn't working, and they gave everybody back their money, and anyone who had their reservations or their Lightning Lane selections just got fast passes basically for them instead of using the Disney Genie. And so it was a disaster.
Oof, I would not have liked to have been there that day.
It was confusing for a lot of people, and then a lot of people ended up spending tons of time waiting in lines and trying to get it sorted out, because some of them, you know, if they had it and hadn't used it yet, that was one thing. But anyways, it was really crazy, chaotic. And anyways, the next day they did get it going again, and it worked much better, a lot more smoothly, what we would hope and expect. So it is going now. It's working fine. It's, we've talked a lot about it, and we'll probably do more episodes about it in the future, but it's going. We haven't tried it ourselves yet, but it's going.
Yep.
One thing to note, well, there's a few things, but one of the things to note was a surprise to everybody is that at Disney World, the most expensive ride they've had for the individual attractions, the individual attraction selection for Lightning Lanes has been $15. Consistently, that has been the Rise of the Resistance price. Disneyland,
$20.
$20 to ride Rise of the Resistance, which I'm not quite sure I understand because it's literally the same ride at Disneyland and Disney World, and it's a different price. And so, not sure about that one, but that's what it is. It is the only individual attraction for Disneyland Park, so maybe that's why they figure people will pay it, because they're only going to be able to get one anyways, and so they'll pay more because it's not for two. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand it either. But that's what it is. We'll see if it stays that way or not. But that does kind of open the door for other attractions to be up to that price point now, because we kind of had assumed $15, at least for right now, is the most we'd see. But not apparently. Apparently not. Okay. Other takeaways from that are overall the short condensed version is this isn't quite as good as Max Pass. However, you can still get a good value out of it, and a lot of people are enjoying it. And so I think in the future we'll have to, maybe after we've ever gotten a chance to try it, we can do an episode or something.
Like a comparison.
Yeah, or like just a kind of just our experiences and our best advice or tips on how to make it worth it, or whether it's worth it or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that it's something that if you're going, you might want to do a little research on and see if it's going to be right for you and your family. But it is there. It's going. People are enjoying it for the most part. I will say also that the part that people are enjoying the most seems to be the Disney Genie Plus. That seems to be helping people the most. The Disney Genie portion that was supposed to be this great help to plan our days and itineraries and things, that hasn't worked as well. The suggestions they're giving just don't make sense. It seems like it's more of Disney trying to manipulate the crowds to go where they want it to go, not where it's really best for the person's goals.
Yeah.
And so, not sure I would trust my planning to the Disney Genie.
Which, I mean, like, there's still, like, ways you can make it so, like, you can help control the crowds while still giving the person or a group what they want.
It's a hard thing, because, I mean, you really want everyone spread out, but people are just not going to go to certain rides first. They're just, like, the example I heard of someone who went, their suggestion was to start at Rope Drop at Pinocchio's. And that ride doesn't have a wait for a long time. And even when it has its longest wait, it's still one of the shortest waits in the park. I mean, it's just not a super long wait usually. And so it's silly to start your day there when you could have a short wait at, say, not even Peter Pan, even if you're just going to Snow White and walk onto Snow White, which later would be longer because it's a newer, refreshed ride. You know, it's like, it didn't make sense. And so, technically, yeah, you could walk onto Pinocchio's at Park Drop, but I wouldn't. I would wait until I could also walk onto Pinocchio's an hour or two later.
Yeah.
And do some others that would be a longer line if I waited and saved them. Anyways, okay, so it's a mixed bag, but it's out, it's here, and I would say do some research and use what's going to work and maybe ignore the rest. Okay, last bit of news. This is super exciting. I'm going to say this is our Christmas present. If you weren't counting Small World coming back, because that is also awesome, but we're not going to be able to take advantage of that because our trip is already ended for the year. But what are we going to talk about next?
Shows
that are coming back.
Yeah, shows
for next year, and we're going to go next year, so we get to see these shows. We're excited. Yep. Okay, so first, these are all returning. So none of these are brand new. These are all returning, although some of them were kind of, at least one of them was newer before COVID shut everything down. But first, Celebrate Gospel is going to come back in February. That's one that has been there before. We've never experienced it. It's kind of like I want to say it's kind of like gospel singers and things.
Huh.
But I don't know if they tie in with some Disney. We've never experienced this, you guys. We've never been there in February.
Yeah, we've only been to Disney World in February.
Yeah.
Twice, actually. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, but we have not been to Disneyland in February, so we haven't experienced this. But it is in February, and it's going to be back this year, 2022. And then the other returning one, and it's going to be at, they're moving it, I don't know where it used to be, but it's going to be at the Fantasyland Theater, where they used to have Mickey and the Magical Map. But we know when COVID happened, that was it for Mickey and the Magical Map. That was announced early on, and so we knew that was not returning. So in February, Celebrate Gospel will be in that theater. But then after that, I'm not sure how much gap will be in between these shows, but at some point after that, in the spring, Tale of the Lion King will be returning, which is also one we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
I think it debuted probably shortly before the COVID hit, and so we just never saw it. We were there, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't on our radar. We didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing about it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't either. But apparently it was there, and for a short time, and now it's coming back. And I think I read that it's going to have maybe an expanded show.
Oh.
Or maybe extended. I don't know if they're adding some scenes or making some tweaks or what, but it's going to be at the Fantasyland Theater, which is a great theater.
Yeah.
So it's an open air theater. If you are going and you're in Disneyland Park, it's a great place to, there's lots of seats. Everyone's got a pretty good view. You can hear pretty well everywhere. And it's also a great spot to, if you're going to go around lunchtime or something, to eat your lunch while you're waiting or while you're watching the show or whatever. But it's a good theater to use. Okay, other entertainment that we're super excited about.
Fantasmic.
We don't know what day. We don't know even what time of year. But at some point in 2022, and I hope it's before our trip, the Fantasmic will return. And we're super excited about that.
Yep.
I'm interested in seeing if there are any changes. And I'm very interested in seeing if they change again how it's watched, how you view it. Because they have
changed it?
Well, they've changed it multiple times. It used to be kind of just first come, first serve, you sit down. But then in recent years, they started doing where you would have to get a fast pass for it or a ticket to,
okay.
And then they would,
that sounds familiar.
And they'd put you in sections, and it was organized chaos, maybe more on the chaos side sometimes than the organized side, but it was their way to try to keep that area from getting super. It was changed a little bit. And so I'm curious to see if they just return to that system or if they bring a different system to it. I don't know. Man, I wish there was space to build a theater for that, but there's just not. There's really not. I really hope that when Fantasmic returns, that dining packages will return.
Yes.
Because that's how I prefer to watch Fantasmic. Instead of dealing with that mess of getting in there and getting a good section. All right, other nightly entertainment that is going to return. World of Color.
Woo!
Another one of our favorites. A really good one. And again, I'd be very curious to see if they're using the same system.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since we have seen it.
Yeah, it has. Because, well, and also it's been down from time to time, even before COVID, with other repairs.
Because, wasn't the last time we were there, wasn't it, down because they're doing repairs? I can't, the last time you and I went before COVID was right before COVID. I can't remember if it was back up by then. I do recall, though, in September before that, it was still down. And so it might have still been down when we went in March. I don't remember. Yeah.
But in any case, it feels like forever since we've seen World of Color. It may be that it's been forever since we've seen it. But it's going to be back in 2022. Again, we don't know the date. I'm suspecting this one for sure would be much later in the year because we do know that there had been damage during COVID with having it all unused for so long. And they've been working on that, but I would suspect for sure this one we wouldn't see until summer probably. But
probably.
I'd love to be surprised to have it before then, but we'll see. Another one, the Main Street Electrical Parade is returning to Disneyland.
Woo!
This is not my favorite parade. I know some people just love it. It is a very sentimental, nostalgic parade for a lot of people. It is the first night parade I ever saw, but it's, I liked, Aurora, Paint the Night.
Oh, Paint the Night. I love that one.
Yeah, I like that one better myself, but that's
They should bring that back.
They will eventually. But first is Electrical Parade. And I do think that it is appropriate that having been without these night entertainments for so long, having the Electrical Parade be the one that brings it back, the night parades. I think that's poetic. It's just such a nostalgic parade for so many people. People love it.
That's true.
Yeah. And it kind of is what you think of when you think of night parades in Disneyland. So, at least traditionally. And then last but not least, one of my favorite parts of this announcement is that Disneyland Forever, the fireworks show, will be returning to Disneyland in 2022. And if you did not know, Disneyland Forever is the fireworks show that they created for the 60th anniversary. It's been years now, 5-6 years now. And it was, in my opinion, the best Disney fireworks show I've ever seen anywhere. Some people argue with me on that. You can argue, but I think I'm right. The Disneyland Forever. Now, again, this is partly nostalgic, too, because it really taps into the roots of Disneyland and Walt Disney creating Disneyland, and it just immerses you in it. Oh, my goodness. I cannot wait to be on Main Street and surrounded by those projections and that story and the fireworks and the music. And I know when we did our recap from last week of our trip in November, I talked about how I might not do fireworks anymore. Okay, I take that back. If Disneyland Forever is there, I will wait for hours to watch it.
You will watch it.
I absolutely will.
Anything else, you're fine with missing it.
It was it touches my heart. I love it, and I have missed it, and I'm excited that it'll be back this year, so I absolutely will watch it. Hopefully they have a dining package option as well, but if they don't, I will stand and wait in the streets for hours if I have to. It was my favorite. Okay.
I have to first ask you
this
question.
Oh no, what?
Would you rather watch Disneyland Forever or Fantasmic? And you have to choose one. Like if it's for a trip, you have to choose one.
There's only one day, so it's not like I can go 2 nights and watch one night and one the other.
No, like throughout the entire trip, you can only watch one of them.
That sucks. Okay, you know what? It will be Disneyland Forever because that's a show that was only out. It was there for 18 months and then it's been gone. It did.
Okay, let me just change the parameters.
And it won't be here forever either. But Fantasmic's been there for 20 years and it's going to be there hopefully for a long time.
Let me change the question because I forgot about the time limit. Okay. Well, I was originally thinking for the question was that Disneyland Forever would kind of stay around like Fantasmic, so if
it's gonna be there. If I knew it, well, no. If I could go again, it's more like will it be there forever? If it'll be there forever, I think.
It'll be there when if Fantasmic's there. That's what I was kind of thinking. There was no.
I still right now if I haven't seen it since the last time it showed, which was August of whatever year that was, I can't think, 5 years ago. And then I would choose Disneyland Forever. I've seen Fantasmic since then. It has been longer since I've seen Disneyland Forever. Once I've seen Disneyland Forever, that I don't know. But if I haven't seen it yet, that will be my biggest priority because it's been so much more time since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's what I would really do. Really, if I had one night, well, no, I think I would still do that. But then the next night, I would go to Fantasmic, and then I'd stay in my seat and watch Disneyland Forever from Rivers of America, because they do put the projections on the Rivers of America. It's not the same as seeing it on Main Street or at the castle, but it is a good second. And I would do that the next night, so I'd get them both that night. But I will have seen the actual full program the night before. That's my workaround.
Okay.
All right, let's get on to our topic. It's the week of Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Woo!
We love this season, and it's so fun at Disneyland. Any of the Disney parks, it's really fun to go during the holidays. So today what we're going to do, or this week what we're going to talk about, Aurora and I, we have not discussed this, so I suspect, honestly, we'll have similar answers for some,
and probably none and no answers.
You're gonna have no answers?
Oh, maybe, I don't know. I'm not very well knowledgeable. Knowledgeable.
You've been multiple times during the holiday season now.
2 times.
Well, that's still multiple.
And
but
one
you
time
don't
I can't
always
remember.
pay attention.
I can barely remember the first time, and then the second time we didn't do everything.
Well, that's true. Okay, I still think that you should be able to answer at least a good portion of these.
Probably.
All right, so we're gonna talk about our favorites during the holiday season, and the first one is our favorite holiday overlay. What is an overlay? We talk about this. We never explain it. But an overlay. Do you want to explain it?
Words.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, let me try.
Yes, try.
Okay. So,
maybe.
Basically you have like something that was already there at Disneyland, like Haunted Mansion.
Sure.
And so then for the holidays, it has like a holiday version of it where the actual like attraction itself doesn't change, but like the theme of it does.
Excellent. That is exactly right. Ding, ding, ding.
Woo!
You get an A in this. Aurora just had finals, and she did an excellent job in all of her classes, and just now you did an excellent job on this exam as well. Good job. Okay, so favorite holiday overlay. What's yours?
Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. To be fair, I have 2.
Wait, what's the other one?
Well, there's more. There's like 4. But
no, what's your first or your main 2? Wait, hold on.
Well,
Is it Cars Land?
No.
Oh.
So my favorite is actually Haunted Mansion Holidays, but I knew you were going to say that. So my very, very, very close runner-up is certainly It's a Small World Holiday.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it's really cool. They decorate.
I forgot about that.
They decorate that place. We've talked a lot about Haunted Mansion Holidays. It does get a new overlay. It's the Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack Skellington, and it's through Halloween as well as Christmas. So it starts in September and they leave it up through the new year. And it's awesome. It applies to both holidays perfectly. And we love that one. Small World, they decorate each of the areas inside each of the worlds, or the countries. They have Christmas decorations. They still have all of the original dolls and everything, but they just have all these extra decorations and lights and signs. And the music is different. It's, I think it's like a Deck the Halls and Jingle Bells medley type of thing. And so it's not your typical It's a Small World jingle that you're going to hear. And I love it. And then, of course, the outside. The facade.
Oh, yeah.
It's so pretty. I mean, I don't know how many thousands of lights they have on the front of It's a Small World but at Disneyland. But, oh, man, I just love it. So, anyways, the other 2 rides are over in California Adventure. Do you remember which ones they are?
Hold on.
You rode one of them while we were there.
we rode many rides there.
Yeah. The holiday overlay. We can't. We have to.
Hold
we can't
on.
just have a pause forever.
Hold on.
We have to continue the podcast.
I'm gonna find out.
This is gonna be a super long episode just because you're trying to think of it.
Fine, was it?
All right, there's 2. Mater's ride is a holiday overlay, and Luigi's. They're not. They're a lot.
I didn't realize those were.
Yeah. They're more
don't
subtle.
Ride those.
Well, you ride Mater's every time with
Dad.
Dad.
But you don't.
I don't.
Have you even ever ridden Mater's?
I don't think I have, but I have ridden Luigi's.
Yeah, with me.
Yeah,
once.
And my mom, I think. So, anyways, so those both get a holiday version, but they are a little bit more subtle. They aren't as involved.
Oh yeah.
And so they don't stand out as much, but they're still fun. Okay, favorite holiday treat.
We didn't have that many treats, actually.
We did have treats.
I said that many.
And half of the churros we had were holiday ones.
Yeah, half. We didn't have that many churros. We had like 6.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually is quite a bit of churros. Never mind.
Anyways, do you have a favorite holiday treat? Silence.
Was there that strawberry one that we
yes.
had? Was that a holiday one?
I believe so. It was kind of, wasn't that it was
Chocolate,
chocolate and strawberry. Was it a hazelnut? Like
I think so.
The Nutella type of strawberry churro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that one a lot too. And that would be what I was going to say, but you said that now. I'm going to revert back to one that was not this year, but in a previous holiday time, a red velvet churro.
Oh, that sounds good.
And I'm going to also put a runner up. And this is not, this is something you can get any year during the holidays. Their gingerbread cookies at Disneyland are amazing. I'm not a huge gingerbread fan, but their gingerbread cookies at Disneyland, I am a fan. They're really good. So, okay. Favorite holiday show? Do you have any? Yes,
no.
You do.
What?
I think when we were talking about it, I reminded you and you said, oh, yeah. Do you need me to tell you? What
yeah, I have no. I don't remember that conversation.
The Small World projection.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh! Literally, like right before we push start. Oh, I love you. Okay, so Aurora's favorite is the Small World projection show, because at Disney, at Small World, they have, and it's recurring. It happens multiple times a night. It's not just like one time.
It's pretty quick, but it's cool.
Yeah, and it's a fun projection show with music and everything, and it's a lot of fun. And it's incredible how detailed they get on that facade there. So, all right, for me, I'm gonna go with. And it's really tricky, but I think I'm going to land on the World of Colors, the holiday World of Color that they have, which we didn't get to see this time. But World of Color is a great, great, great show. And so their holiday version is really fun. I like it. So that's my answer.
Okay.
All right. Best land. Do you have a favorite land?
I think ours is shared.
I think ours is, and so I will give my runner-up for my answer. You give us our real answer.
Cars Land.
Yeah, for sure, hands down. It's probably the most elaborately themed land at the holiday season. They, it's crazy, they everywhere.
Just go all out for it.
Yeah. I mean, car tires building Christmas trees and just so many things. They use your traffic cones as decorations. I mean, it's so creative. Hubcaps for the wreaths. I mean, it's just there's so many cool details and special touches, and they put Christmas lights everywhere, and even their sign in the front of the entrance to Cars Land has a snowy makeover with a snowman car. It's just so immersed into the holidays. No other land comes near it. But I will say that if it's not going to be Cars Land, I'll let you take that one. I would say it's not that it's the most decorated, but I really enjoy being on Main Street during the holidays. They play holiday music. You can watch them making the treats, which that time of year you're going to see more holiday treats in the bakery. There's the tree. I love how they have garland hanging over the street from the buildings across over the street, and they've got the Mickey Mouse wreaths, and it's just really cool. And then you see the castle in the distance. If it's night, you see it with all the lights or with snow, and it's cool. And that's also where Snope happens. On Main Street.
Oh yes,
Snope. It snows in Disneyland every night during the holiday season. So, anyways, I'll take that as my next best.
Okay.
All right. What's your favorite thing to do during the holidays at Disneyland?
Not anything different than I guess I don't know. Wait. Question?
No, yeah. So what's your favorite, what's your favorite thing to do?
I don't know. I mean, I don't typically have any goal for any difference, I guess.
Or is there anything special that you just especially like doing? It doesn't have to be your very favorite thing.
I guess Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, seeing the overlay rides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. That's one of my favorites too. I think the favorite thing I've done so far during the holidays, I really enjoyed, they had, and they don't have it back yet, but when tours come back, there was and you haven't done this. I did this when I was on a trip with my mom, but there was, they have a holiday tour, and it takes you through both of the parks, and it points out a lot of the things that they are doing in the parks that are nods to different cultures or different holidays, things that had to do with Walt Disney, and it's just really, really cool. I enjoyed it a lot, and so I would love to do that one again at some point. I hope they come back soon. Maybe that's something we'll see an announcement for soon, the return of tours. I'd love that. But anyway, so that's probably what I like to do the most, other than all the things we already mentioned.
Yeah.
All the great overlay rides, the great night shows, the great treats. Really, I just love it all. That's my favorite time to go. I've said that so many times. In case you hadn't heard. That is my favorite time.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? That's my favorite time? Oh, yeah. I'll have to take you back again and show you why. All right. Well, that was fun. We are really looking forward to this week. We hope that you are too. We wish you all a very Merry Christmas. And we will talk to you next week.
See you.
Bye.